I studied art at secondary school, and I started to get into painting onto glass. I was into painting watercolors. I started to paint on glass, and I got interested in actually making my own shapes to paint onto. So I did some research and I found about this school in south of Sweden. I applied, got in and started to learn the craft, and I forgot all about painting, and it was all about making shapes in hot glass. Well, I think it's the challenge, because it's such a hot material to work with. It's so fast flowing, you have to be on your guard all the time, and you can't sit about thinking. You know, you just have to act quickly, and it's just hot and exciting. You know, it's just great. Well, when I studied at Edinburgh College of Art, we went on trips to the Royal Botanic Gardens, and just got into photographing plants and flowers, and really close up, and then you can see the sun shining through the leaves, and I'm trying to achieve that in the glass. You know, you're using clear and powder colours to achieve a watercolour effect. Well, when I started out to learn the craft, it was more making functional objects, you know, just making bowls weeks and weeks on, and you weren't allowed to use colour, and maybe a couple of weeks a year you were allowed to use what colour you wanted, and it got all exciting. But when I got to Edinburgh, it was more learning to design things. You know, I already had the craft skills, but it was more developing my own style, and I got into more sculpture pieces and architectural work, and now lately I'm moved into lighting as well. Well, you usually have an idea, and then you try it out, and then it might work, it might not, and you just have to figure out, how do I do this? And it takes a couple of pieces just to, usually, you know, where to heat it into the glory hole, and to what stage. You know, if you're dropping something, if you're making something long, you have to learn how the heat works, how long you have to stay in the glory hole, and sometimes you think, oh, I'm just going to count, you know, 30 seconds or 10 seconds, but I don't do that. It's more kind of just feeling when it starts to move. Well, I've kind of wanted to use the production methods, but making it into a sculptural finished object. So I'm making smaller elements that I'm then putting together. So I'm using glass, blown glass, and steel. So this sphere light that I have in the exhibition, it contains of about 32 elements, and then it's all put together and driven by LED lights. So I'm just trying to create kind of an atmosphere. It's almost like a, you know, theatre set almost, you know, different elements, backgrounds. So you're playing with different shapes and different uses of the pieces, you know, architectural, sculptural, functional. Well, I noticed with the lighting, especially because there's so much movement in the pieces, people really want to go up and touch it. And I exhibited before, and people say, you know, that go up and ping it, because they don't think it's glass, you know, they think it's plastic or rubber or something. So I quite like that, you know, as long as they don't, you know, ping it too hard. But it's nice, you know, because they can see the movement in it, and you just want to go up and touch it, which is, you know, creating a relationship with the viewer, which I enjoy.